Sports with Beth Mensinger. Anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's Late Edition, News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's Late Edition for Friday, August 30th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight, a special honor is bestowed on a man who has dedicated his life to making others smile. Tonight, we'll introduce you to the Grand Marshal for the upcoming Fun Fest parade in downtown Hazleton. Plus, why kids and school districts are now giving a thumbs down to new healthier guidelines for school lunches. In sports, it's the first of many Football Fridays. Beth Mensinger is here with the highlights and more from tonight's premier matchups. And meteorologist Joe Garbacik is here with the forecast for your Labor Day holiday plans. But first, Late Edition's look at tonight's top stories. We begin with breaking news tonight out of Butler Township. It literally happened just moments before we took to the airwaves. Unconfirmed reports of a Butler Township police officer being struck by a car along Route 309 in the area of Dementes. Now, an ambulance has been called to the scene. We have no other details available. We will, of course, provide more information as soon as it becomes available. In other news tonight, Gilberton Chief of Police Mark Kessler's 30-day unpaid suspension will end tomorrow, and in a special meeting tonight by Council, that suspension has been extended. Borough Council met in executive session this morning at 9 a.m. to discuss Kessler's future position in the borough, and no official discussion was made. The special meeting tonight only took 5 minutes for Mayor Mary Lou Hannon to announce they had received a letter from Kessler's attorney Joseph Nahas, who was unable to attend the morning special meeting. The borough's attorneys Larry Moran and Joseph J. Joyce were also present.
Yes. Bill?
Dear John, I received notification from my client Mark Kessler at approximately 4:06 p.m. that he would be willing to extend his unpaid suspension so that both he and I may attend the newly scheduled meeting. Please proceed accordingly. Very truly yours, Joseph Nahas, Esquire.
Now, Council unanimously accepted Nahas's request for his client Mark Kessler to extend the suspension without pay until they can meet again. No date has yet been set for that meeting. A guilty plea from one man charged in the brutal murder of an Ebervale man in Hazleton last summer. 18-year-old Mitchell Detus pleaded guilty to third-degree murder, kidnapping, and robbery this morning before Judge Richard Hughes. It's part of a plea bargain that calls for him to spend 25 to 50 years in prison. Prosecutors say Detus and 20-year-old Breon Judon beat and robbed 29-year-old Aaron Resnick. Police say Detus and Judon held Resnick at gunpoint, robbed him of his iPhone, and then stripped him, kicked him, beat him, and then stuffed him into the trunk of his car. Resnick eventually got out and was found lying in the middle of Carson and 10th Streets last August. He died 9 days later at Lehigh Valley Hospital. Another person arrested for possessing child pornography. Late Edition's Ann Gownley has the details.
23-year-old Ryan Joseph Affronti of Freeland, who recently moved to Bloomsburg a few months ago, was arrested by Freeland police on multiple charges of child pornography and sexual assault of minors. We spoke with Chaz Ballo in the computer crime unit with the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office.
Here we have a 23-year-old male who was, perpetrating on minors under the age of 18, soliciting them to commit what we call sexual abuse of children, requesting, nude photos of themselves. Very persistent. Unfortunately here we have 3 young ladies who are victims in this case, and, it just shows all the cooperative effort between Freeland Police Department and the DA's office, continually to try to make our kids in our county safer.
Affronti is charged with 1 count each of criminal use of a communication facility, contact and sexual abuse of a minor, indecent assault without consent, selling liquor to a 13-year-old minor, and corruption of minors. He is also charged with 2 counts each of possession of child pornography and photographs on a computer of minors.
Eventually there's always going to be people out there who are going to challenge law enforcement, and it's always been said, we get one at a time, but you might be the next one, and we say it all the time because there is always another one.
Affronti was supposed to be arraigned at District Magistrate James Dixon's office in Hazel Township, but due to a scheduling conflict with a wedding he was to facilitate, Sand Springs Country Club and Sugarloaf allowed him to use their outside facility to conduct the arraignment. Ballo says the collaborative effort between the Freeland Police Department and the DA's office is what brought justice for those 3 victims.
Officer Lennar actually initiated this investigation and certainly did an incredible job with her investigation. And it's always nice to see the young department making the right decisions, calling for help, and coming together and making an arrest. So it's great that we're able to get the victims some closure here. It's a start to a closure for them.
Affronti is now behind bars at the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $200,000 cash bail set by Dixon. In Sugarloaf Township for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thank you, Ann. That fatal fire in Wilkes-Barre last night was accidental. That is the ruling from the city fire department. It was caused by careless smoking. The fire broke out just before 7 o'clock last night on Kent Lane in the Mayflower section. 91-year-old Elizabeth Kovach was killed. Fire Chief Jay Delaney says she was found on the second floor. A neighbor says she heard a bang just as the fire broke out. Betty Kovach was the only one who had lived in that home, and she had lived there her entire life. In Ashley, James Barbario's company had the exclusive towing rights for 3 years. But now that firm, Ashley Automotive, has lost the contract. Barbario says it's because he caught a borough police officer sleeping in a cruiser. He said it's a vendetta against him by Police Chief John Bell. Barbario has now filed suit against the Borough Council and Bell. Barbario's suit claims Bell defamed him in 2 memos that he sent to council explaining why he directed his officers to use other towing services. One claim was that Bell did not think Barbario had proper licenses. Another accused him of, quote, road rage. Barbario also says he got a letter telling him Ashley would start using him as a tower, but on a rotation basis with other towers if he drops the lawsuit. Barbario says he will not. President Barack Obama addressed the nation today about Syria. He said he has not yet decided whether to strike, but also said if there is military action, it will not involve troops on the ground. INN's Phil Doherty has more on the tension between this country and Syria.
The entire world is watching and waiting for the next move. Will the U.S. attack Syria? President Obama says the U.S. has concluded that Syria did carry out chemical weapons attacks against its own people. Attacks that killed some 1,300 men, women, and children. However, the president says the U.S. is not yet ready to retaliate.
We have not yet made a decision, but the international norm against the use of chemical weapons needs to be kept in place. Hardly anybody disputes that chemical weapons were used on a large scale in Syria against civilian populations.
Officials say that if anything will happen, it will still be some days. A UN team is still in Syria investigating. The U.S. wants to give it time to get the information it needs and to get members out safely if there is an attack. The U.S. is also waiting for support from its allies. British Prime Minister David Cameron called lawmakers back from their summer recess for a special session to discuss military intervention. Ahead of that, though, the Speaker of Syria's parliament sent British lawmakers an open letter. It compared the current situation to the events leading up to the war against Iraq a decade ago. And these protesters in London want the UK to stay out of it. They staged a demonstration on Downing Street yesterday, holding signs reading, "Hands off Syria." In the face of a possible foreign military intervention, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad vows to defend his country. Today, he met with members of a delegation from Yemen. It's his first public appearance since that attack last week, which he blames on the rebels.
INN's Phil Doherty reporting. Well, it was Family Day today at the Keystone Job Corps Center in Drums. Our Julie Stefanovich was there.
Family members came from near and far to see their loved ones showcase their educational opportunities that they receive at the Keystone Job Corps, located in Drums. We spoke with Center Director Michael Martini about today's event.
Every year we have an open house Family Day, and it's an opportunity for the students to have their family, their relatives, come to the center, see what the students are doing, talk with the staff members, their instructors, their residential advisors, see the facility, see what type of work they're doing, and see the successes that are happening here on our center.
The Job Corps offers free training for those students who are interested in employment in trades such as medical, culinary, and construction. Some students were eager to talk about the importance of staying focused on pursuing a positive career path.
First and foremost, my son. I have a son that's 4 years old, and I couldn't change my life. I would say I had to make things better for me before I can do for him. absolutely stuck in the street and you're looking for the right path out, and you're full of negative energy all around you, because that's what happened to me. I would advise you to sign up for Job Corps, come here.
Alicia Loudon's family stood proudly by as she talked about her decision to join the Corps' medical field program.
How it's culturally different here. There's a bunch of different cultures, a bunch of different age ranges, and just everybody that's here is here for the same purpose, and I just love that we're all here for our education.
When asked about her daughter's success, her mom was all smiles.
Committed herself to coming here to Job Corps to further her education, and getting it here has been the best thing for her. I'm so very proud.
Sean Parker from Philadelphia has advice for those interested in attending.
Job Corps, man, don't waste your time sitting around doing nothing. And if you do come, don't come up here and do the same thing you're doing at home. Make everything worth everything.
According to Director Martini, slots are still available to join. You can contact them at the Job Corps recruiting site or by calling 1-800-733-JOBS. For WYLN's Late Edition, this is Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Well, it is a very popular and tasty tradition and the perfect way to kick off the big Fun Fest celebration next week in downtown Hazleton. Each year, the Auxiliary of Catholic Social Services in Hazleton sponsors the official breakfast of Fun Fest on Saturday morning of the big weekend in downtown Hazleton.
It's a nice traditional breakfast. It's scrambled eggs. We'll have ham, we'll have sausage, pancakes, toast, of course, juice, coffee, and some sort of dessert. Plus, we'll have a couple tricky trays you could take chances on, and just a lot of fun and a nice breakfast.
Tim Trentley is president of the agency's board of directors. He explained how the proceeds from the annual breakfast will be used.
All the programs that Catholic Social Services does on a daily basis, their counseling programs, the material and assistance program, the food bank, all of that, the funds will go to benefit that.
Tickets are $6 in advance and can be purchased at the offices of Catholic Social Services in Hazleton or $7 at the door.
We're hoping for a really great turnout this year. We're hoping that the Fun Fest crowd that are here Saturday morning to partake in all the Fun Fest activities up on Broad Street, just take a walk down and visit us for breakfast. Again, the money's going to a great cause. It's a great breakfast. You get a lot for your money, and it tastes great too.
So start Fun Fest 2013 off the right way with the official Fun Fest breakfast next Saturday, September 7th, 8:30 until 11:30 a.m. at Catholic Social Services, 214 West Walnut Street in Hazleton. And it's carnival time at the Hazleton YMYWCA. It was the end of summer carnival. It was held to mark the end of the Hazleton Y's Summer Youth Program. Now, many of the children who participated talked about some of their favorite activities and hope their memories will live on.
Really fun here. We got the carnival. It's been fun all year. Yesterday we got to go to the Da Vinci Center. It was fun for all the kids. As you see, we're having a lot of fun with a bunch of games.
It's very fun. You do all kind of activities, and we like go to the playgrounds, and we go. It's like we play some like basketball, and we play all types of games.
The picnic was made possible by the donations from Giant Foods.
Very proud to be a part of this. The YMCA is having its end of summer carnival for the kids at camp, and they needed some help in making this happen. So we were contacted and provided hot dogs, hamburgers, snacks, drinks, watermelon, and also they're going to be making banana splits very shortly.
Camp Director Robert Katansky, who works closely with the kids, expressed the need of the program.
The program is very important, not only for the parent that has children that, when they're going to work, they need someone to keep them safe, of course, but also because we try to keep it educational. This year we had Native American tribes come in and talk about their culture. We've had Air Products come in and do a presentation, and we try to get different companies and businesses to come in and do different educational projects and so forth, so that they can actually engage in things that are educational but yet fun and hands-on.
For more information on this program or any other classes, please contact the Greater Hazleton YMCA at 455-2046. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Well, the Labor Day weekend is upon us. Will the forecast cooperate? Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is outside in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center right now with the answer. Joe?
Thank you very much, Lisa. Definitely a very nice night across all of our viewing area. A little bit of a breeze right here now in the backyard, but temperature-wise today, you couldn't ask for better temperatures for this time of year, and pretty much we stay dry throughout the day, at least most of the state of Pennsylvania. Here's a look at some of the national temperatures. Not doing too bad throughout the nation. We'll talk what we can expect with the 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, they brought back their hottest sale on Turkey Hill ice cream. 1.5 quart, only 3 for $6.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jen-tastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
Now that we are in the 10 o'clock hour, we have no precipitation to deal with across our region from Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, down through Lehighton, out through Berwick, Williamsport, and Lewisburg. All points remaining dry as I speak. Temperature-wise, our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton. We're hanging on to 70 degrees, so definitely a very mild night across our area. Pressure at 29.85 inches of mercury, and we have been dry. No measurable rainfall since the midnight hour. And the winds, a little bit breezy from time to time, averaging about 5, occasionally getting up to 10 miles per hour. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for the day, 84 and 65, the split in temperatures. That's above the averages of 78 and 58, 96 and 41. The record high and low, they still stand. 629, the sun will come up tomorrow, and the sun will set at 7:39 in the evening. So it was a mild start to our morning. We only got down into the 60s for the most part, and managing to make it up into the 80s in about every location, with some locations just about near 90 degrees. Temperature-wise across our area right now, 73 degrees in Berwick. It is 71 in New Angola, 72 in Monroe City, 73 degrees in both Danville and Bloomsburg. Skycast precipitation and clouds we'll get to in a little bit, but before we even talk about that, here's a look at satellite and radar. Notice over the last couple frames, as they just updated as I speak, you can see some showers and some thunderstorms way up through here. Now, some of these are going to start to make their way toward the south and east. So that's going to influence our weather as we head through this weekend. As we go into tomorrow, can't rule out some scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm. A lot of the time it will be dry, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Same holds true as we head into our Sunday. And then as we go into our Monday, looks like we're going to see a little better chance of seeing more widely enhanced showers and storms across our area. Here's a look at SkyCast precipitation and clouds. Brings the threat of a couple of those showers and storms tomorrow here and there. Don't think it's going to be a washout. Same holds true for Sunday. Again, don't think it's going to be a washout. Monday, maybe I'll get the barbecues in between, being that it's Labor Day, but also keep in mind there's going to be a number of showers and thunderstorms out there as we go into our Monday. Look at these numbers tonight. Mild dropping down into the 60s. Tomorrow, up into the 80s. Higher elevations may struggle to make it out of the upper 70s. And then as we start going into tomorrow night and the noontime hour on Sunday, temperatures in most locations already in the 70s to near 80 degrees. So some of the unsettled weather is going to start to make its way into our area. Going into this upcoming weekend, you can see the positioning of the frontal boundary, and as a result, we're going to be dealing with some of that unsettled weather going into early next week. Nice heading into tomorrow, looking very nice. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect going into the next couple of days. In the upper 70s for tomorrow, lower 80s for Monday. Actually, maybe we struggle to make it to about 80 with a lot of the clouds around, some of the showers and storms. We get sunshine, we can tack on just a couple of degrees. But then after that, for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week, it's going to get a little bit cooler with temperatures in the lower 70s for daytime highs. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, a daily 105, the big 4, 53. 45. Quinto numbers looking like this: 69974, cash 5, 6722, 35, and 37. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Joe. Well, he's known for making smiles, and next Sunday he'll help put the fun in Fun Fest. We'll introduce you to the Grand Marshal of the Big Parade next on Late Edition.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty. For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
People have a very jaded opinion of contractors. At the Wire Guys, we completely turn that experience on its head. My electrician is going to show up and wear shoe covers. Be respectful. We are the cleanest contractors that you'll ever use. Before he even starts, he's going to give you a price in writing that he's going to stick to. I want them to be your superhero when they walk out that door. Call me. If we're late, you get paid.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Off the Beaten Path is a half-hour program that showcases interesting and unique people, places, and things in Pennsylvania. Hosted by Jeff Bonomo, Brian Bromley, and Ken Cara, Off the Beaten Path is fast-paced, light-hearted, and sometimes even downright funny. Each show, we travel to many destinations in Pennsylvania, including restaurants, events, unique landmarks, and we talk with interesting people. So come with us off the beaten path.
Welcome back. A local man is being recognized for his years of support and his unwavering dedication to making people smile. He has been a fixture in the annual FunFest parade in downtown Hazleton for more than a decade. And now the man who has entertained people with his unique set of wheels will now lead the parade he loves so very much.
Every year the FunFest committee tries to choose a Grand Marshal to coordinate in some way with our theme or to somehow honor someone in the community who's made a special contribution. This year we've chosen Mr. Curtis Turk Mattern as our Grand Marshal. The past, I would say, 12 out of 14 years he has been in our parade. We know the parade is coming when we get his application in the mail.
Julie Ferry is Public Relations Coordinator for FunFest, which will take place September 7th and 8th in downtown Hazleton. We were there as Julie came to Fritzingertown Senior Living Community in Drums to make the official announcement. A few days earlier, the 2013 Grand Marshal was given the news that he would now be leading the annual parade.
Well, I was down in my apartment, Kathy came down and she said, the FunFest parade committee has appointed you as Grand Marshal. And I was astonished. I couldn't believe it. It was beyond comprehension for me. That's how much of a surprise that was.
And if you are wondering about his uniquely decorated vehicle, well, it's a huge part of the FunFest tradition and a huge part of who Curtis Mattern is. You see, Curtis was a member of the Keystone Mummers String Band from Lehighton and Pottsville and has performed in numerous parades over the years. When his knees began to give him trouble and made it difficult to march in the parades he loves so much, his scooter was then decorated to look like the back of a mummer's costume.
And I love this feather, and I've been in the FunFest parade 12 out of 14 years with this outfit. And before that, I was in the parade with a string band for 3 years with this outfit. And I just love to do this, in the fact that I can make people laugh. They all enjoy their string bands, and they really, they whistle and yell and everything, and clap. Because I'd be down in front of the string bands, I used to zigzag down back and forth.
Paula Hahn is executive director of Fritzingertown, where Curtis resides. She and her co-worker, Kathleen Vozar, were not surprised at all that Curtis would be leading the parade.
We're very proud of Curtis Mattern. I mean, since the day that I met him, music has played such an important part of his life, as it does with many of our seniors. We're proud of him, but we're also more than honored that he is being honored and remembered in this very special way.
Humbled by this special designation as Grand Marshal, Curtis said it is an honor he never thought he would receive.
Believe me, it is an honor that I never dreamt in my life would ever happen to me. Because to me, that is a very, how can I say it, very important, where you have to be a very important person to be a Grand Marshal. And I usually think that they pick a politician, a mayor, or anybody. And why they pick me, I'll never know. I just enjoy it.
And everyone will enjoy seeing Curtis and his scooter lead the festivities Sunday, September 8th.
Every year Mr. Mattern coordinates his attire and his decorations on his scooter to go along with our theme. Last year he won a trophy to go along with that as he depicted our Christmas theme. And he's got something very special planned to go along with our 80s theme this year, and I think everyone will be more than a little surprised to see what he's going as this year. And what better way to celebrate the 80s than with someone who's in their 80s as our Grand Marshal. So we're very, very pleased to have him as our Grand Marshal this year.
Listen, everybody that's out there in the TV land, come down to FunFest because you'll never miss anything like it. It's such a wonderful place to go. It's a wonderful parade, and they have all kinds of entertainment. They have all kinds of stands that you can enjoy, and all, like I said before, all kinds of entertainment.
So mark your calendars now for the 2013 Fun Fest Parade, which will officially step off on Sunday, September 8th at 2:30 p.m. And when it does, Curtis E. Mattern will be leading the way. I've had the pleasure of interviewing Curtis at the Fun Fest parades, and he is a wonderful person. We are pleased that he is the Grand Marshal, and we say congratulations, and we'll see you next Sunday. When we come back, Beth is in with a busy night of Friday night football. Stay with us.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Mohican Sun at Pocono Downs presents Fun Fest in Hazleton, September 7th and 8th. Free entertainment at 3 stages, crafts, plastic cars, and much more. There's also a burger cook-off and pastry bake-off, senior activities, a teen street party, Latin music celebration, and of course, the Great Fun Fest Parade celebrating a totally 80s weekend. Admission is free and parking is free. Call 1-800-OKF-FEST or go to funfestpa.org. FunFest is made possible through the support of its corporate sponsors.
Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now open on the square in Wilkes-Barre. Stop by to see us for lunch to break up and brighten up your day. Or get it to go. Our lunch menu ranges from light to all right, with signature salads, saloon-style sandwiches, crunchy rings, Nipa's best wings, and draft drinks to power you through the afternoon. After work, we're there to help you unwind with friends. What little bottlenecks in your day? Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now on the square. See you there.
WILN TV 35, first in live sports.
Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski. For the best in local TV sports, watch WILN TV 35.
WILN TV 35 has it covered.
Hi, my name is Vince Papelli. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver and special teams guy, and for local sports coverage, I watch only WILN 35.
WILN TV 35, the event, not just the highlights.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. I love books, appreciate the efforts of local authors, respect those who recognize the need to know our history. And this week, local author Chris Cannon joins me to talk about his new book, All We Like Sheep, a thought-provoking read and one so timely in light of what's going on in our nation and our communities. This week on The Storm, only on WILN TV.
Is finally here, high school football, and we're going to get right into it. Kicking it off, WILN was at Harmon Geist Stadium where the Cougars hosted the Scranton Knights. Cougars looking to turn around last year's one-win season and kick off 2013 on the winning side. Our Marty Burns has the highlights.
Scranton led 6-0 when McCarthy from 17 yards out rambled right up the middle to make it 12-0 Knights. But on the ensuing kickoff, Zach Zukowski was not touched a lot, broke one tackle there and had one man to beat and got away from him. He went 97 yards in the final 0.9 seconds of the opening quarter. It was 12-7 Knights. McCarthy was not done, this time from 48 yards out, capping a 69-yard drive. The run after was no good. It was 26-7 Scranton. And the Knights came right back from 54 yards out. Joshua Gonzalez from Pizinski, 32-7 Knights. It looked like this game might have been over, but the Cougars battle back. They go 80 yards in 5 plays. With 1:53 left in the half, Oakes from Ward made it 32-14. Cougars got the ball back on a special teams error by Scranton. On the last play of the opening half, Ward goes from 1 yard out, and at the half it was 32-21. Ward here on a big 12-play, 60-yard drive on 4th down set up this 3-yard run by Zukowski, making it 32-29 on the 2-point run by Ward. But the big play, Marcus Morrison on the end around goes 67 yards, breaking some tackles, and with 4:53 left in the ball game, all of a sudden Scranton led 39-29. First offensive play, Ward has his pass tipped and intercepted by Ramon Fields, and Ramon does the rest. He goes 55 yards, cutting it back to the near side and making it a 45-29 lead, which would stay. Scranton wins it 45-29.
Okay, we will have another highlight from the Wyoming Valley Conference with Berwick and Crestwood coming up in the second half of sports, so make sure you stay tuned. But we do have other scores from around the conference. It was Valley West blowing out Dallas 40-0. Abington shuts out Pittston area 28-zip. Coughlin 18, Tunkhannock 13 in a close one. Lackawanna Trail 39, Nanticoke 7. Lehman Falls to Old Forge 13-7. Lakeland over GAR. Hanover area wins by 5 over Mid-Valley, and Myers roughed this one 57-7 over Holy Cross. Next, we are heading south to Schuylkill County, where the Anthracite Football League rules the land, and the Tamaqua Blue Raiders are the kings. They hosted Jim Thorpe tonight as Coach Sam Bonner's squad tries to second last year's AFL championship. In the first, it is a wild snap, and Tamaqua sophomore Aaron Rega, he is going to recover it, and it'll be Blue Raider ball. Second quarter, Jim Thorpe up 8-0. Returning quarterback for Tamaqua, Nate Edmonds, finds Zach Zuccotti for the 28-yard bomb and the score. Tamaqua ties it up at 8. Still in quarter number 2, Olympians showing off their athleticism. Deontay St. Hill with a 20-yard run for the senior running back. 1-yard touchdown run for Jim Thorpe by their quarterback Ryan Saunders to go up 15-8, and Jim Thorpe will beat last year's AFL champs 34-14. North Schuylkill Spartan head coach Wally Hall heading back to one of his old stomping grounds, Shenandoah Valley. The Spartans ranked second in a poll taken by the coaches in the AFL behind Schuylkill Haven. The Blue Devils looking to fill the shoes of 2012 All-Star quarterback Chris Polubinski. There's Angelo Mascornick. He's taking the lead for Shenandoah. Right off the opening kick, Shenandoah Valley will fumble the ball. The Spartans will recover it, and it sets up their first offensive drive of the night. 2 plays later, quarterback Matt Smarkanek hands off to Glenn Wiest, and he will take it 33 yards for North Schuylkill's first touchdown of the season. The Spartans will have the ball again just under the 7-minute mark in the first. A 52-yard keeper. Smarkanek is going. He tiptoes the sidelines a little bit right there, and it's a dive. The senior quarterback will score. It's 14-0. North Schuylkill just under 4 in the first. Glenn Wiest on the receiving end of the Shenandoah Valley punt, and it's a big gain until he is brought down by a Blue Devil, putting the Spartans in good position for yet another touchdown. Spartans line up. Smarkanek under center. It'll be a handoff to junior John Rapinski, and it's a 24-yard touchdown run, and the Spartans go up 21-0 in the first. They will get their first win of the season in Shenandoah. That final 34-7. And another season under the bright lights at the Men of Marion Stadium kicked off tonight. Stan Dukoski's Young Colts hosting Lehighton. In the third, Lehighton up 13-0 on the Colts, and they keep it going. A 25-yard run by Tyler Can, putting his squad in good position for a touchdown for the Indians. Sophomore Wyatt Clemens gets the ball next for Lehighton, and it's a 6-yard run. The Indians will go up 20-0. Marion Catholic looking for a spark to get back in the game, and they give it just to the right guy. Anthony Augusti, a 12-yard touchdown run to make it 26, and the Colts will fall to the Indians, the final 27-13. And wrapping up our highlights for week 1, we were in Mahanoy City, the Golden Bears of Mahanoy area hosting Panther Valley. Both squads with down seasons last year. Let's see how things kicked off for both of them heading into the second quarter. The Golden Bears lead 20-14, but it's Panther Valley ball. Just under 9 minutes in the second, Panther Valley quarterback Kyle Ferryman runs 8 yards closer to his end zone, and he will get the first down. 2 plays later, Ferryman back with the ball will find an open man in the end zone. Big throw here and a big catch in the back. It's all tied up early in the second quarter at 20. Mahanoy area ball in the hands of veteran quarterback Dylan Maymod, and Maymod will be sacked by Richard Nass of Panther Valley. You heard his name a lot tonight for Panther Valley. Next play under center, Maymod hands off to Jason Richmond, who runs. His run game sets the Golden Bear offense in motion, and Maymod will then keep the ball. It's a short run for the score and another diving Mahanoy area touchdown. They take the lead 26 zip. They go for two, but are unsuccessful at the two-point conversion. On the defensive end for the Golden Bears, it's 4th and 10, Panther Valley. Mike Ronski, he'll get big. Oh, and there was another diving touchdown by Dylan Maymod. Here we go. Here's where Ronski is showing his bigness. Swats the ball down. And Monterey will take possession. Maymod will be under center again. It's a bad snap. He will fumble it, but then will get control of the ball. It is knocked out. He is not knocked out of bounds. He goes right down the center, keeps working. He will go 28 yards for another touchdown for the Bears, and they will take their first game of the season, 39-20. Checking out some other scores from around the Anthracite Football League. The Crimson Tide take game 1 over the Indians. Williams Valley 46 to Minersville 12. Blue Mountain falls to the Scouts of Conrad Weiser, and New Hope shuts out the Golden Wave of Nativity. I'll be back with more highlights from the Wyoming Valley Conference and also some national sports headlines. Stay tuned. You're watching Late Edition.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, a very interesting show on car accidents, how they affect the spine, how the injuries take place, and what chiropractic care can do to get you well. It's coming up this week. Join us.
Recapping tonight's top stories, we began with breaking news tonight of a report of a Butler Township police officer being struck by a car along Route 309 near Dementes. An ambulance was called to the scene. We have no other details available. Of course, if anything new develops, we will pass it along to you immediately. In other news tonight, Gilberton Chief of Police Mark Kessler's 30-day unpaid suspension will end tomorrow, but in a special meeting held tonight by council, his suspension has been extended. Borough Council met in executive session this morning at 9 a.m. to discuss Kessler's future post with the borough, and no official discussion was made. The special meeting this evening only took 5 minutes for Mayor Mary Lou Hannon to announce they had received a letter from Kessler's attorney Joseph Nahas, who was unable to attend this morning's special meeting. The borough's attorneys Larry Moran and Joseph J. Joyce were also present.
Yes. Bill? Dear John, I received notification from my client Mark Kessler at approximately 4:06 p.m. that he would be willing to extend his unpaid suspension so that both he and I may attend the newly scheduled meeting. Please proceed accordingly. Very truly yours, Joseph Nahas, Esquire.
Council unanimously accepted Nahas's request for his client, Mark Kessler, to extend his suspension without pay till they meet again. No date has yet been set for that meeting. A guilty plea from one man charged in the brutal murder of an Ebervale man in Hazleton last summer. 18-year-old Mitchell Detus pleaded guilty to third-degree murder, kidnapping, and robbery this morning before Judge Richard Hughes. It's part of a plea bargain that calls for him to spend 25 to 50 years in prison. Prosecutors say Detus and 20-year-old Breon Judon beat and robbed 29-year-old Aaron Resnick. Police say Detus and Judon held Resnick at gunpoint, robbed him of his iPhone, and then stripped him, kicked him, beat him, and stuffed him into the trunk of his car. Resnick eventually got out and was found lying in the middle of Carson and 10th Streets last August. He died 9 days later in Lehigh Valley Hospital. And another person arrested for possessing child pornography, and Gownley reports.
23-year-old Ryan Joseph Affronti of Freeland, who recently moved to Bloomsburg a few months ago, was arrested by Freeland police on multiple charges of child pornography and sexual assault of minors. We spoke with Chaz Ballo in the computer crime unit with the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office.
Here we have a 23-year-old male who was, perpetrating on minors under the age of 18, soliciting them to commit what we call sexual abuse of children, requesting, nude photos of themselves. Very persistent. Unfortunately here we have 3 young ladies who are victims in this case, and it just shows all the cooperative effort between Freeland Police Department and the DA's office, continually to try to make our kids in our county safer.
Affronti is charged with 1 count each of criminal use of a communication facility, contact and sexual abuse of a minor, indecent assault without consent, selling liquor to a 13-year-old minor, and corruption of minors. He is also charged with 2 counts each of possession of child pornography and photographs on a computer of minors.
Eventually there's always going to be people out there who are going to challenge law enforcement, and it's always been said, we get one at a time, but you might be the next one, and we say it all the time because there is always another one.
Affronti was supposed to be arraigned at District Magistrate James Dixon's office in Hazel Township, but due to a scheduling conflict with the wedding he was to facilitate, Sand Springs Country Club and Sugarloaf allowed him to use their outside facility to conduct the arraignment. Ballo says the collaborative effort between the Freeland Police Department and the DA's office is what brought justice for those 3 victims.
Officer Lennar actually initiated this investigation and certainly did an incredible job with her investigation. And it's always nice to see the young department making the right decisions, calling for help, and coming together, making an arrest. So it's great that we're able to get the victims some closure here. It's a start to a closure for them.
Affronti is now behind bars at the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $200,000 cash bail set by Dixon. In Sugarloaf Township for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
And that is a look at tonight's top story recaps. When we come back, new lunch guidelines leaving a bad taste in some people's mouths. Plus, Beth is back in with more football highlights.
And it's been a gorgeous day outside today, and early afternoon into the evening. Now the night is upon us, and it is just picture perfect to be outdoors. Hopefully you got a chance to enjoy today's weather. If not, I'll let you know if we can expect any nice weather this upcoming weekend. But how about Phoenix, Arizona? We go back in time. In fact, we can go back to 1989. In fact, it marked the 79th day of the year with temperatures that were greater than or equal to 100 degrees. Talk about some heat. Will we have any heat in the forecast? I'll let you know coming up in just a few.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
We're looking for a dealer that will take the time to get to know our needs.
And hook me up with something that has some all-wheel drive and some power. Bam!
And what will you be using the car for primarily?
Cycling, snowboarding, kayaking,
Gardening, antiquing, and commuting to work.
I've got just the car.
Lease a 2014 Legacy 2.5 ICVT for $159 during the Subaru A Lot to Love event.
The right car.
The right price.
The right dealer. Fairway Subaru. Yeah.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazelton, serving the greater Hazelton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Well, it's a little over a year since school districts adopted new federal healthier school lunch guidelines. Now, many of those same districts are dropping them. They've been a disaster. School kids hate them. Elizabeth Cohen has more.
The nation's new healthier school lunches, championed by First Lady Michelle Obama, are packed with more fruits and vegetables, but they're getting a failing grade from some students. Several school districts are dropping out of the government-subsidized lunch program after just 1 year because they say students are rejecting the healthier fare.
The children didn't have options. They had to take what was there, and it's not what they wanted to eat. So frequently, they stopped buying lunch from us.
In upstate New York, the Voorheesville School District says it lost $30,000 in 3 months.
It began to be not cost-effective for us to continue in that program.
Across the nation, some kids say calorie limits are too harsh, many of them bringing food from home. High school students in Kansas made this YouTube video, complete with feigned fainting. Federal health officials say the vast majority of schools are meeting the new guidelines, which set limits on calories, salt, and fat. And in a statement, they said, "We also encourage the very few eligible school districts that have chosen not to participate in the program to take steps to ensure all children will still have access to healthy, affordable meals during the school day." The schools that have dropped out say their lunches are healthy.
We feel we have attracted back many students who had stopped buying lunches, and we have many students excited about eating at school.
That was Elizabeth Cohen reporting. When we come back, Beth's in with more highlights and scores, plus Joe recaps your holiday forecast. Stay with us.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car, and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
Watch the 2013 Schuylkill County Firefighters Parade on WYLN at the following times on your screen. Join in the 150th anniversary of Monterey City only on WYLN. We're your local network.
Let's head to Berwick next. George Curry's Bulldogs bringing back a lot of talent this year. They hosted the Crestwood Comets, another team that should be making some noise in the Wyoming Valley Conference this year. Off to Crispin Field we go, where the Bulldogs take the field, showing off their new uniforms, but it would be Crestwood who would look strong early. 3rd down and 30. It's Frank Eigeldinger picking up the first down and more with this 38-yard run. He's going, and will soon get knocked out of bounds. 3rd down and 30. It's Frank Eigeldinger picking up the... Oh, never mind. Comets punting with Andrew Wenner fumbling the ball, which would be recovered by Crestwoods. Andrew Chang, that fumble would lead to a missed field goal opportunity, leaving it tied at 0 at the end of the first quarter. Berwick would then start the second quarter off with a bang. This is a 39-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Curry to Andrew. Force Dogs up 7-0. Next Dogs possession. C.J. Curry's pass is picked off by Michael. Leg that possession would end in a punt. Berwick would answer with this interception. And this 46-yard touchdown pass to Will Updegrove, putting them up 14-0. Berwick marching down the field once again when Curry connects with force right at our videographer Nate Jurgis's feet for a big gain. Luckily, Nate was okay, no worries. No videographers were hurt during this game. And then first and goal, it's Dan Kowalski running right into the end zone, putting the Dogs 21-0 at the half. Berwick would go on to win big over Crestwood, 41-7. Now let's check out our national scoreboard. In the Eastern League, 7-3 New Britain, Harrisburg 6-2. Iron Pigs with the walk-off win in the IL. Majors, Yankees, and Royals win. The Red Sox over the White Sox. Mariners leading in the 8th. The Rays, they are up 1-0. Moving to the National League, Phillies, Mets, and Pittsburgh all with W's. The Braves over the Marlins. The Reds will be trailing the Rockies in the 6th, and the Giants and the Padres are both up 1-0. Joe's coming back next.
Tri-County Business Machines has been serving the Hazleton area with office supplies and furniture for over 35 years. We are your local Kyocera dealer for all your digital Kyocera copiers, printers, and faxes. For exceptional reliability, sales, and service, the call to make is to Tri-County Business Machines. Tri-County Business Machines, keeping your office up to speed. Tri-County Business Machines, located at 117 East Broad Street, Hazleton. Phone 459-0754 or visit us on the web at tricountybm.com.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
All right, we're at 70 outside our station in Hazleton. Temperature-wise throughout the state, generally holding in the 70s right now, even including the Wyoming Valley area. Winds between 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're really drying out, some storms up toward the north, but through the overnight hours, not looking too bad. Heading into tomorrow and the weekend, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll have a few more of them around, more numerous ones, if you will, as we go into our Monday. Here's a look at the extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys at Division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next couple of days. Some of those scattered showers and storms around for Saturday and Sunday, and then some more widely scattered ones. I think most of us will be seeing a bunch of them for Monday, and maybe some sunshine as well. And then as we go into next week, a little bit cooler. Now, I just cannot get through this newscast without saying this, or I'll kind of like get my head chopped off. But no, it's actually a nice gesture of me. It's my mom's birthday today, so I want to tell her happy birthday, and I love her, and hopefully she'll have about another 10, 20, or more to go.
Is that what you were worried about, that it wasn't?
You know what? I'm so busy with all the stuff, and I'm like, at the last second, I have to put that in there.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Garbachik from everybody here at WYLN. And,
oh my goodness.
Big news for Penn State then?
Big news for Penn State. Supposedly, Coal Region-born Christian Hackenberg will be the starting quarterback tomorrow as they play Syracuse.
I'm all decked out in my Penn State.
True freshman, yeah, we'll see how it goes. True freshman, Christian Hackenberg. His father graduated from Marion. His grandfather actually was a coach at, I don't think he was a coach at Marion, but he coached at North Schuylkill for a while.
Your relative is the vice principal at Marion.
Yep. So, big doings. Make sure you watch it. 3:30 kickoff.
All right. We will be watching, Joe. We'll be rooting.
Yep.
All right. Go Penn State. Great job tonight.
(7 a.m. to 2 p.m.) For sale, this single-family home located at 11 Park Avenue